It's Luke and Naomi.
Welcome to episode 62, Luke and Naomi on air, featuring Naomi's Under a Rock reviews. Went super Halloween on this. Well, not super Halloween. If we actually watched Halloween, that'd be super Halloween. But
well, it was like a scary thriller movie, so it works.
yeah, we went
spooky season.
How do you? I mean, we're not getting in the review right now. Of course, you got to hang out for that. But how do you feel? Is slasher the correct word for what you watched?
Yeah.
Okay,
Go
cool.
with that.
All right. Well, we'll get into the review of Friday the 13th in just a little bit. We had to sit down and decide which monster, which killer, which whatever.
Yes, that we wanted to see for this week.
Man, I have not seen Friday the 13th all the way through since I was probably 12. I don't even know.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not a big horror, but I've seen a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. So that's coming up in just a little bit. We'll have some fun with that. And Sips and Snacks, if you haven't seen it yet, give it a shot. We got White Cheddar Popcorn is the most current episode up there with the excellent pairings from Ashley Rogers at Fermental here in Wilmington for a beer and a wine. Really good choices. So that's over on the YouTubes.
That's right.
And a couple other ones over there too. Like and subscribe.
And none of them have been a disappointment.
Oh,
All
man.
of them have been so fantastically good that it's always surprising. Like, we know he knows what he's doing and it's going to be good, but he's done some interesting ones.
Absolutely.
Taken some risks, let's say
Absolutely.
that. And they're just phenomenal. And it's really awesome, too, because then you know what beer and what wine you can get to pair with everyday snacks.
Yeah, it's so great because, we're eating these snacks and it's like, of course they're all delicious. Yeah. And then this stuff makes it even more delicious, too. The beers, the wines. I'm starting to get the hang of drinking wine. I was never not really a wine person, but this is actually, I was wondering, we've shot a few of these videos so far, so starting to get, hey, that wine was okay. What was that? So stuff like that.
And especially when it's paired with a snack, you're like, well, I guess I could buy this wine and eat it with this snack. That'd be fine.
So far, like you said, the pairings have been great, and I'm pretty sure I've liked the beer pairing better than the wine pairing up until at least White Cheddar Popcorn. We got a couple more in the can that you'll get coming soon, and there may be one in there that I liked the wine pairing a little bit better.
We'll see.
Honestly, I can't remember as I'm saying this, but we'll see. We'll see. So that's coming up. Stay tuned on the YouTube. We'll get probably the most recent episode up on the Facebook page just for fun.
Yeah, we should get it up there.
Yeah, for sure. And other than that, we finally got to week 2 of our skee-ball season.
That's right. Did that yesterday.
Wilmington brewskee-ball down at Bull City Cider Works here in Wilmington. So they've done what? This was week 4?
Yes.
And because of scheduling conflicts and such, we've only accomplished our second week.
That's right.
So only our second week of the real league feel. But how are you feeling so far?
It's interesting. I've never been a part of a league like this.
Like a beer league.
Yeah. I mean, I was in a bowling league in like 6th grade. That doesn't count. That's a lot different. But yeah, never been into a league thing like this. And I remember when you would do darts and all of that. And like sometimes I'd go and like have a drink at the bar and just kind of watch, or I would just, stay home and have that time to myself. So first time ever doing this, being a part of a team like this, being a part of a group like this. And it's just been phenomenal.
It's really cool, right?
It's just some great vibes, between, hey, you're playing this game and you want to do good. You want to do good for yourself. You want to do good for the team. But also, like, just everyone is just happy and having a good time. Like, no matter what. Like, you could be having the worst week of your life and you're still going to have a good time.
Yeah, it's absolutely fun. If you are in the Wilmington area, check them out. Wilmington Brewskee-Ball on the Facebook page. They'll post like the matchups and stuff like that. So you get to see some of the teams' names and whatnot. And it's really, really fun. How do you feel about your performance so far?
Well,
I think that's actually where I was going with that.
Well, first week was a little shaky. Second week, gotten a little bit better. Feeling confident.
That's about right?
Yeah, so probably third, fourth week, I feel like you get a little bit better and a little bit better. I'm guessing 5th or 6th week, I'll have a really bad week and just be like, I hate this. I don't even know why I'm doing this. And, just have a complete meltdown and then probably swing back uphill from there.
Yeah.
That's how I see the year going.
Well, let's hope for just all good. No meltdown weeks at all.
Listen, I'm a realist here.
I
know
have,
it can't be too good to be true.
I have that exact performance throughout the entire game. It's like start off okay, all right, and then just
I got the hang of this.
and then nothing for a couple of frames, and then come back and it's like okay, there's one good one, and then just same deal, meltdown completely right in the middle. So that's just weekly for me though.
That's right. You just a lot of mood swings there.
But it is a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing again next week and all of that stuff. Wilmington brewskee-ball, really, really, really cool.
I got some big goals this year. That's the other part of this that's really fun is like setting goals for yourself each week, and it's like if somebody doesn't play, they don't care. It doesn't make any sense to them. I want to get 360, and they're like, okay, no, I want to get every ball in the 40 slot. Like that's what I want to do. Okay, is it really that difficult? Yes, it is.
It's a lot more difficult than you would think.
And that's my favorite thing too is when I tell people that we do this, and they're like, "Oh, I loved skee-ball as a kid. I was really good at it. I was really good." I'm like, "Yeah, come on out, come play."
I brought this up to my kid brother. I talked to him recently, and I was like, "We're in a skee-ball league," and then I stopped. Because he's in his early mid-20s, and I wasn't sure if he actually knows what skee-ball is. I mean, he's
right?
been in arcades his whole life. He yelled at me. Of course I know what skee-ball is. The hell's the matter with you?
That's
okay,
a right answer for that.
But correct answer. But just check it. Check it. So
well, the kids these days,
Yeah, well, it's just youth. He's young, and skee-ball is so analog that there's nothing. I don't know if I didn't know if the kids are into it, even know what it is. So really cool to know that he does. But other than that, we took a trip up to Emerald Isle, saw some friends over the weekend.
That's right.
And it got me thinking about, because it's a short trip, but we still didn't have to really stop anywhere along the way, right?
No.
A lot of times when we're traveling, we have the thing that it's like as we get closer and closer to our destination, inevitably, Naomi has to pee.
Like really bad.
Harder and harder, worse and worse, however you want to. But,
listen, if we're taking
all the time.
If we're taking a 14-hour trip, I can probably make it a good 8 hours in. And then 3 hours. And then 1 hour. Then a half hour. Then 20 minutes. And as we get closer to the destination, I don't know. I just have to go all the time.
It's insane.
It's like having a puppy in the car. It really is.
It is crazy. But the phenomena of like the closer we get to the destination, the worse it gets for you is really funny. But
and how often we have to stop.
Somebody online asked doctors why this happens and if there's anything you can do about it.
So it's a normal thing. This happens to a lot of people.
This is a legit thing. So we'll think about it. I mean, some other people probably have it on your way home from work. You don't have to use the bathroom at all. You don't got to pee or nothing. And as soon as you pull into your driveway, it's like, where you're fumbling at the door with your keys. Cause I'm about to pee my pants.
I'm an adult and I'm going to pee because I just can't hold it any longer.
Yeah. So basically.
So there's some science behind this.
Yeah. Basically the science says, your brain and bladder are constantly communicating to prevent you from peeing your pants.
Well, that's good. I'm glad they're communicating.
It's those involuntary muscles that we learned about in school, blinking and not pissing yourself.
Right.
So, luckily, they're good at doing this. Your brain and your bladder communicating and stuff. If your brain knows there isn't a bathroom nearby, it tells the muscles, "Hey, chill out. Don't stress right now. Just be cool."
I'm so excited about this right now.
But as soon as you're near a bathroom, of course, your brain knows, so your bladder does too, and those muscles just start screaming at you.
Yeah. It's time to go.
Guess what I'm gonna do? So it gets harder.
If you don't let me out soon, I'm going to just bust out.
It gets harder and harder, of course, to hold it in. The urge to pee skyrockets. So
that's really interesting.
Is there anything you can do about it is kind of the question. So yes and no.
Okay.
The term, because we need a term for everything, is called latchkey incontinence.
I am not using that term
So
for
stupid.
anything. Absolutely not.
And they named it that because of like the whole thing about, getting to your door and not being able to get in time. So
Yeah.
it is a natural response, but the problem is you can't really trick yourself into thinking you have more time. But the more it happens, the more it is likely to happen again. So therein lies the solution, because if you could somehow break that pattern,
Yeah.
it might happen less. Basically, the answer is 70% no, you can't do anything about it, and maybe 30% chance that you can.
You can try to trick your brain into thinking it's going to take you longer before you get to a bathroom.
Yeah. So if you are, you're essentially trying to teach your brain
Talking about this makes me have to go to the bathroom. I'm not going to lie.
that it's not time to pee as soon as you see the front door or something like that. So, but if it is like a common problem, you just start peeing before you get into the car every time, But I mean,
And then pee when you get
on
home.
long trips, it's just not, that doesn't help at all.
Yeah, there's
But
nothing you can do.
I guess the moral of the story is you are not alone.
That's right.
This isn't a freak occurrence, and there's at least support out there.
That's right. I can have a support group
So
for
great.
this.
I was flipping through stuff today, and I saw that, and I'm like, oh my God.
That's my wife.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Now it is time for some random facts for your week. Your weekly dose of Did You Know? Your
You're bi-weekly?
episodely dose of Did You Know?
Yeah.
Episodely?
Uh,
Whatever. Here you go. Your weekly
I called
dose.
it bi-weekly too, just because of next week.
Just
but-
because of next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
No show next week. I guess we'll drop that now.
Yeah.
We got to move. We're moving. No big deal. We're just moving down the street and stuff like that. But that on top of skee-ball and then something else that is going on that week too.
I don't know. We got a lot going
There's
on.
a ton of stuff.
That heavy sigh was the thought of
All the
we
stuff.
have to move. We have to move in like 10 days. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 boxes packed.
Yeah.
So we're looking real good for a very stressful week. It's gonna be fun.
It's so anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
So bi-weekly, Did You Know?
bi-weekly, Did You Know? Yeah. We might could turn on the, camera as we're frantically trying to pack and just throw things in bags and boxes as we're trying to move on a Saturday all at once.
We could. But
That'd be hectic and
it gives
entertaining.
me anxiety thinking about it.
It
I don't
absolutely
like
does. It absolutely does. It's because it's so close,
Uh-huh.
and it
We
just,
haven't done enough.
Yeah.
We are not being responsible adults
Oh,
right
this is
now.
terrible.
Yeah.
Now I'm freaking out internally
I
a little
know.
bit more than
this
I
is
was.
like the word. Like I am a planner.
There's a ton of
I am
stuff
a
going on.
planner. I am a packer. I take care of things, and I threw like all caution to the wind for the month of October. I'm like, it's so busy. It doesn't matter. Everything will fall into place. Guess what? It's not falling into place. It is all over the place.
I mean, we got a wedding to go to. We've got.
Oh, yeah, we
I've
got
got
that too.
work. I've had work events like crazy all month long.
You've got one tomorrow.
We've got one tomorrow, and just the way that all the time, it's like there's no way that we could stop and record in the middle. So bummer. Yes, we're complaining and making excuses, but at least you know ahead of time.
At least this time it's for something actually going on and not, hey, Naomi was too lazy, didn't watch a movie, and didn't feel like doing anything about it.
Yes,
or
technical
was too
difficulties.
Tired, or,
That's what we call technical difficulties.
yeah, I didn't want to admit that one.
Peek
but
behind the curtain.
That's right. Anyways, now that we've dug ourselves into this nice little hole, you want to get to these random facts so I
Oh,
can
yeah?
feel
Just
less bad about everything.
plowing right ahead.
Uh-huh.
All right.
What we got?
Did you know? You've heard of the Quad Cities, I'm sure. Did you know the
yeah.
Quad Cities is actually made up of 5 cities and not 4?
Okay.
So do you know the Quad Cities, what they are?
Mm-mm.
Oh, all right. I was going to see if you could knock them out
No,
real quick.
no, I can't.
Davenport and Bettendorf, Iowa. Then Rock Island and Moline, Illinois. But also East Moline, Illinois. Make
Okay.
up the Quad Cities. How about that?
Okay.
Okay. Did you know Dr. Seuss's license plate said Grinch?
Really? Okay.
I mean, of all the things, it could have been like Green Eggs and Ham or Sam I Am, or
I like Grinch.
he went with Grinch.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not bad.
Did you know the person who invented dunking your donut in coffee? First of all, did you know we can pinpoint who did that?
I did not know. You can pinpoint that.
Well, we can.
Okay.
And it was actually started by a silent film star named Mae Murray. Way back in the 20s. Well, the 1920s. She dropped her donut in coffee, gave it a try anyway, liked the taste, and then just literally started word of mouth, and that's how people started doing it.
I have never actually done that, and it sounds really good though. Like I would be down for that.
Okay, so I've only been drinking coffee for a handful of years.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a donut around when I'm having coffee. It's not necessarily that big of a thing anymore, is it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't think so, anyways.
So Mae Murray, the person who invented Dunkin' the Donuts.
All right.
Yeah. Then the brand stole the name from her.
Wow.
Did you know sign language has tongue twisters?
Finger twisters?
They're actually called finger fumblers.
Oh, perfect. That's clever.
Yeah, it's a word or phrase that's difficult to articulate without getting tripped up.
I want to know. I want to watch videos of this.
There are videos online. There are examples.
This is how I want to waste the rest of my night.
If anybody else wants that link, let me know. And finally, did you know the theme song from the Jetsons made it to number 9 on the Billboard charts in 1986?
Oh my gosh.
The Jetsons. Meet George Jetson.
Billboard number 9.
Number 9.
Wow.
So what the hell was going on in 86 music-wise? Because
that must have been like
awesome.
Just a bad year, a bad week,
I
a
love
bad
it.
month. I don't know. Something was going on though.
That's super great. The Jetsons theme. So I miss the Jetsons. I gotta watch some of that. I think they're on like Tubi or something like that. They're out there for free, and I just gotta get to them. Get some Jetsons going on.
Yeah, why not?
Did you watch the Jetsons?
I did a little bit. I don't remember a lot of it.
No.
I remember Rosie. Rosie, right?
Yeah, we
Robot.
talk about her with the AI and stuff too, because like
Yeah.
I'm ready for that.
And he was always in trouble with his boss.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
Oh yeah.
And the daughter, like
Spacely Sprockets.
shopping, or was it the mom? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
The daughter.
That's all I really remember from
Yeah.
that.
We're gonna fire up the Jetsons and look at all the stuff they got wrong about the future.
That's right.
Shopping malls probably still exist in the Jetsons world.
Yeah, that's gotta go.
Yeah, of course. All
There's
right.
only like 3 of those left.
Oh, my
Maybe
goodness.
5.
I mean, I kind of miss them. I liked malls back. I was,
when
that's
they
when I grew
were
up.
like hustling and bustling,
Yeah.
and you would meet your friends at the mall and go shopping until they became these weird places where 5 of the stores are only like 5 stores are open, and it just kind of looks old and forgotten about, and
Yeah,
it's just
empty
kinda
malls are
creepy.
scary,
Yeah.
cavernous, and sad.
Ugh, I don't
Okay,
like 'em.
well that's pleasant. All
Good
right.
idea for a horror film, though, if you think about it.
I'm sure there are several already in malls,
Oh,
right?
Probably.
Isn't there a Dawn of the Dead or something like that goes on? Anyway, somebody will tell. I'm sure.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like I know what you're talking about, too. Something that we watched where it was like running from zombies, but they were in a mall.
Yeah.
But I don't remember.
Help us, somebody.
Yeah.
Snowman.
I
I'm
feel
sure.
like it was a TV show, and it was just a season or something where they spent some time in a mall. I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's helpful.
It's really bothering me now.
I'm sure we will get some help in the form of a Facebook message.
Please,
Luke
because
and Naomi
it is
on air.
driving me nuts. It was they were like on a date, and they went to the mall. I remember that.
And then had to run from zombies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember.
All right, that's killing me too.
Oh my gosh, I know what it is.
What is it?
It's the one where oh gosh, it is a zombie movie.
I thought you knew what it is.
Hang on, I'm gonna work my way through this. It's the one where the zombies like bloom like flowers or mushrooms or something. It's
The
not
Last of Us?
Resident. Yes, it's it. It's The Last of Us.
Oh, wow. Were
Yes.
they in a mall?
They just for like
That's right. Yes, the flashback
Yes.
episode.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
that is exactly what I was thinking of.
Okay.
All right.
But that's fairly new. So not that that's disqualified or anything like that. But I don't. Anyway,
I'm sorry I had to go down.
how the hell did we even get here?
I
even
don't know.
remember.
I had to figure it out though. It was bothering me.
All right, The Last of Us.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Oh, squirrel.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. This.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about the Facebook page
All right,
and the
perfect,
question we had
perfect.
up there from last week. 3 have to go forever. Which are you eliminating?
Oh,
This
that's
is
right.
a bit of a visual one, but if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see the graphic.
Yeah.
3 have to go. Which are you eliminating? Here's the choices in case you weren't listening last episode / haven't checked out the Facebook page, Luke and Naomi on air. pizza, ice cream, French fries, cookies, burgers, cake, chips, chocolate, and chicken nuggets.
All right, first thing I want to say is you guys arguing about the chicken nuggets had made some valid points.
Have you seen all the comments?
No, but I remember talking about this last episode.
Yeah, for sure.
And there were some great arguments, so I guess the chicken nuggets can go.
Okay.
I'm on board with that.
What else?
I think the potato chips can go too. I don't need those.
Well, it's a bit redundant on the list with French fries there.
Yeah, I would rather have French fries, and I definitely would rather have cake over like chips and stuff. Cake's gotta stay, burgers gotta stay, ice cream's gotta stay. I don't know. I don't know what my last one would be. That's kind of tricky.
All right. So I'm definitely basically on the same page as you. Yeah, I'll get rid of chicken nuggets because, again, you can have, I make my own fried chicken now that's pretty solid.
Yeah, it is.
So there's that. And then, you can get chicken strips instead of nuggets, I guess, if you want to be super technical.
Yeah.
And whatnot. You can get around it. So we'll get rid of the nuggets. Again, with the potato chips, I personally like French fries better. That's one of my favorite foods of all time.
Yeah.
I love my French fries, so I would take those over the potato chips. And then even if it's like, hey, I want barbecue chips, we'll just dip your fries in barbecue sauce.
There you go.
Which you should be doing anyway,
Yeah.
just in my opinion. But then we got cake, burgers, cookies, ice cream, pizza. Well, pizza is also one of my favorite foods, along with burgers, so they're staying for sure.
I mean, I feel like I could get rid of the pizza only because I have the habit of eating like 3 to 5 slices of pizza and just feeling so terrible.
So just doing it out of guilt.
Yeah, probably. Well, no, and just feeling terrible because first of all, I ate too much pizza and like that's too much bread.
It is a
like,
lot.
I just feel awful the next day. So I think I'll get rid of pizza just for my own sanity on that one.
So you'll get rid of chicken nuggets, chips, and pizza.
Yeah. Yep, that's my final answer.
I think I might. I don't know.
You need some time to think about it.
Honestly, I might be leaning towards getting rid of the cake.
Not the cake.
I mean, I like cake,
Cake
but
is so good.
it's not like, there's always cake. There's usually always ice cream, and there's cookies, and I can handle cookies and ice cream. And I think that's it. I'm gonna get rid of the cake,
That's heartbreaking.
chicken nuggets, and chips.
All right.
So I got pizza, ice cream, cookies, burgers, and chocolate to deal with. I'm okay with that.
I think so.
100%.
That's a nice mix of food there.
I like
Get
it.
almost all your food groups. You're fine.
Almost all the food groups. Absolutely fine. Let's go to the phones, I suppose.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we'll
Or
go
the
to
phones.
or the Facebook page, whatever you want to call it. Brando says cake, ice cream, and pizza.
Are going?
Yeah,
Not the cake, man. Not the cake.
and ice cream and pizza.
Just gonna have cookies and chocolate? That's your only source of sugar?
He says he doesn't really want to get rid of them, but it would be much easier to diet in his life without the birthday parties ruining it.
Well, good point there.
That's great.
Yes.
That's hilarious. I like that. Dylan says pizza, chocolate, and chicken nuggets.
Okay.
He says he would say cookies, but he can't do that. He can't go without Jenny Dale Lord's cookies. That's hilarious.
Okay.
He says, so nuggets has to take the hit on that one.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But again, we've got other ways that we can eat chicken, so it'll be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jenny actually chimed in, and she made her decisions. She says she's getting rid of fries, chicken nuggets, and cake.
Wow.
People are hating on my French fries, man.
I can't believe that.
What a bummer. All right, Todd.
I wouldn't think anybody would get rid of the fries.
I'm surprised fries and pizza have been chosen. I mean, we've only read a couple answers, but they've been chosen a lot more than I thought already.
Yeah.
But especially pizza. Anyway, Todd says getting rid of chicken nuggets. He says they're just chicken bologna with breading.
Gosh.
I mean, yeah, a little bit.
Why would you describe them that way, though?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're all thinking, isn't it? All of us who have chosen the chicken nuggets to go, that's what we're all thinking, really. And he's just saying it. So,
Yeah, I guess.
nailed it. He says cake and fries because he likes onion rings better.
Oh, okay. So that's a good reason why you would get rid of the fries.
All right. You can do with the onion rings. Fries all day. I'm the guy who
cake?
finds a French fry in my onion rings and celebrates.
Yeah.
Backwards. But you are really sad about the cake, huh?
I am.
Can't handle it. But all right, where's Paul's answer? Because Paul I think Paul nailed this as he, tends to do. He says nuggets was an easy one. Just have tenders. He says cake and cookies next because they're more of an occasional thing than the others. Who eats cake more than a few times a month or year? And, a few times a year. Well, yeah, because you work at the most insane office in the like you.
Listen, where I work, we have cake like at least once a month. You have cake for people's birthdays and then their work anniversaries.
Y'all having birthday cake?
We're always having birthday cake.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is just crazy.
I would not want to give that up because we also get it from that place like
Apple Annie's?
Apple Annie's.
Yeah, that's
and
really
that
good.
place is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
that place is dope as hell.
There is no way I'm getting rid of cake.
But
I'd get rid of the cookies probably before I get rid of the cake.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I can't give up Oreo cookies.
Well, yeah, that is your like guilty treat.
That's the big one. Yeah.
Speaking of that, the video for Sips and Snacks with the Oreo cookies.
Oh yeah.
That's Luke's kryptonite right there.
I'm telling you what. Now
Find
I have two things I can dip my cookies in.
That's right.
It's fantastic. What else we got? Relika says take away nuggets, ice cream, and cake. She went with the chicken bologna too. Yeah, nuggets, ice cream, and cake. Wow.
I feel like unless you are lactose intolerant, you should not be getting rid of that ice cream. Ice cream is very valuable, and you can't replace that. You can't replicate that sweetness flavor.
Okay.
Oh,
man, that's funny. Leslie says, no, don't make me do it. She said, get rid of ice cream, cake, and chicken nuggets. Nobody likes chicken nuggets anymore. People just like saying nuggies, which is driving me crazy. Bitch and Dan says nuggets, cake, and cookies. That seems to be the big one.
I'm very angry with a lot of people
Except
right
for
now.
Dan's not thinking about my mom's chocolate chip cookies, which are the greatest cookies in the world. I'm not even exaggerating because they're my mom.
Yeah.
Like, they are just the best. He's not thinking.
Well, you get more of the cookies, so it kind of works
That's
out
right.
in your
More
favor.
For me.
Yeah.
More for me. Snowman says cake, chocolate, and cookies. He's not a big dessert person, so that was fairly easy for him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing, too. If you're not a big dessert person. But I'm throwing in the chicken nuggets. Don't need them. I mean, when's the last time you had a chicken nugget?
It's been a long time, and I've actually been on this weird craving for them for like a couple months now.
The only good ones anymore are Wendy's.
Yeah.
And those are still chicken bologna with breading.
Well, I'm never going to look at them the same after
I love it, Todd. That was great.
saying that.
That was great. My mom says chicken nuggets, French fries, and chips. So she's, ditching the salty snacks.
She don't want any of the potatoes.
That's right. Keeping the good stuff, the pizza and ice cream and cookies. What else we got? Trudy says chips, nuggets, and cake.
Man, everybody's hating on the cake.
Hating on the cake.
Yeah.
What
That's
else we
fine.
got?
More from me.
Mark says getting rid of nuggets, burger, and fries.
What? Burgers? What else are you gonna eat?
Pizza and ice cream, I guess.
Yeah.
Pizza and ice cream. And let's see here.
First person to get rid of burgers. Like, that just
he is the
absolutely
only
crazy.
one to say burgers. Yeah. For sure. And Matt says cake, cookies, and chocolate. Straight up getting rid of all the sweets. Not a sweet tooth.
I guess not.
But that's, you still
But he
got
kept the
ice cream,
yeah.
So like that's good. I mean, I could see getting rid of that too. I don't eat
Tacos weren't on this list, so we had nothing to worry about.
Tacos were safe.
Yeah.
Because they were making the list. They're going, no. Everybody likes tacos. That's just a waste of time to put that on the list because nobody's going to get rid of that one.
And if they did, there'd be like a riot. So.
I'm really surprised. There's more people were like getting rid of the pizza than I thought would get rid of pizza.
I can't believe how many people got rid of cake.
But it is Southerners. None of the New York people wanted to get rid of pizza.
Well,
so there's that.
You and your
pizza snobbery.
craziness, yeah.
That's right. I know. You're very disappointed everybody was jettisoning the cake.
Yeah, it happens.
They just haven't had cake you've made.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the answer to that. All right, for next week or for the week after, whatever, we'll keep the conversation going for an extra amount of time. That's why we did it.
That's right.
I want to keep that going. Fill in the blank. Fall isn't fall without blank.
And the first person to say pumpkin spice is getting slapped. I'm just saying that right now.
Banned for life from the Facebook page.
No, negative like 50 points.
Negative 50 points.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So fall isn't fall without blank. I'll get that up on the Facebook page. Should be there by the time you're hearing this.
That's right.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. And
Where's Brando to keep you in line?
yeah, Brando, remind me.
Make a mental
Stop
note.
sending me terrible trades in fantasy football. Oh, man. So also, speaking of football, Naomi did really well in our Grantsco football pool. Lost only one game last week, but it happened to be her 10 game, so it just tanked her whole score.
Yeah. That was a bunch of crap. I hate football.
I absolutely, this poll.
Football's stupid.
Oh, yeah. Who hates football more than me this week, by the way? Fantasy football tanked.
Yeah.
Dallas is horrible.
Yeah.
And my Grantsco is just, it's already
Well, yours was
ruined
garbage
for the year.
to begin with, okay?
I might as well have taken zeros a couple of times.
I missed one game. Just one.
One game.
I should have won this week. And I didn't. You know why? Because Baltimore is stupid. That's why.
It's great. I got a couple of new people from work in this year, so like now I get 2 or 3 people
Why
showing.
did I pick him as a 10?
I did too. So there's that. No, I didn't. I had them lower. But a couple of people that I work with now will see me walk in the door on Monday morning, and we'll start talking about it immediately. And Wolf, the new kid, was like, "Do you know what the scores are?" He's like, "I got a 50." And he was all excited.
Oh.
But the person who won this week got a 52. So
Ooh, that's always,
yeah,
that
he
always
was
hurts.
super bummed. I
Yeah.
felt bad for him. I was like, keep going though, man. Keep going.
Yep.
So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. It's been a horrible football season for a lot of people.
It has.
Lots of terrible injuries out there, by the way, if you're a football
That
fan.
too.
It's just, it's like, I want to see all the teams at full strength playing and stuff, and then you get, like, a lot of big names down, and it's just a bummer. As is all of football right now. Just a bummer.
Football sucks.
It's terrible. All right, that's the first half of the show. And now the second half of the show is I'm fumbling for the button. I'll find it. Hold on. You can't. Oh my God. I enjoy that.
That was so stupid.
It's all a recording. I put that noise in post if you don't know, if you for another peek behind the curtain. So it's just, at this point, it's just show for Naomi.
Yeah,
just to see if I can get her to laugh.
you do something stupider than the last week. This time smashing your hand on the freaking desk.
Well, I got to up the ante, make it sound
I
real,
guess. Yeah.
All
It
right.
worked. It worked. It sounded like you hit a button.
Naomi's Under a Rock review this week. Friday the 13th, getting into the spooky spirit, the Halloween situation. This is October 11th as we're recording. If you're listening to this in like a different year or some junk like that, because everybody's going to be listening in the future.
That's right.
That's a mind bender right there. All right. So I'm really excited to hear your notes on Friday the 13th from 1980 and like just the old slasher movie. So I'll shut up. You take it away.
Listen, I haven't seen any movie like this. The only like scary movies that I have seen is like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
And Jeepers Creepers I watched.
Okay.
And Idle Hands, but that one doesn't count because that's just stupid.
So you really, really are, I mean, even more under a rock when it comes to horror movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like, I don't know whose character is who. Like, I know Mike Myers is in one movie.
Michael.
Mike Myers is like Shrek, isn't he?
Yeah.
Wait, you mean he's not killing people? Wait a minute here. Please, in the YouTube video, like, put a picture of Shrek up.
Oh, I'm gonna. Killers are like onions. Oh my God, that's great. Yes. Michael Myers would be
Yes.
Halloween, right?
Okay.
And then we've got Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street
Yes.
and Jason the Killer in Friday the 13th. Or
That's right.
is he? Take it away.
Is he? Yeah. So I'm really glad they started with the cha-cha-cha right away.
So-
What is it?
Yeah. So I actually wrote this down. So going into this too, all I could think about was like the cheesy sitcoms that I've watched where like Zach Morris on Saved by the Bell takes like Kelly to the horror movie so he can, put his arm around her and try to make out with her and stuff like that's all I could think about as we were sitting down
You
to
should
watch
have
this
tried
movie.
to do that to me.
I wanted to so bad, but
It would have been hilarious.
So, but then as soon as the first Naomi's head just snapped over to me, and she just rolled her eyes so hard. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All I could think about was who had called into our show in New Mexico? Was it Snacks that did that?
Maybe.
And we were talking about ghost stories and
Yes.
all of that. Called in and went, shh, shh, shh. And I had no idea. I was like, is this a prank call? Like, I did not understand the reference. So when my head
forgot about
snapped towards you, that's all I was thinking about. I was like, hey, I get that reference now. This makes sense.
Captain America. I understand that reference.
Yep. Yeah. So we got that right off the bat, which was pretty cool. I heard it before, but honestly didn't understand the context whatsoever. Pretty sure I was told multiple times that it was from Friday the 13th, but that never actually registered or stuck or whatever.
Yeah, right?
All right. So we got these teens singing like gospel songs at camp. And it's a scary movie, so we know somebody's about to die. Yep, 2 kids go up into the loft of a barn or wherever their cabin. Doesn't really matter. They start making out. Then we hear that.
You're going to do it every time.
It's better than the first time when I went cha-cha-cha, so I think I will stick with it.
Cha-cha-cha. Salsa.
Somebody starts dancing.
I think I will stick with it. Thank you.
All right, and we've got who I'm assuming is Jason making the noises, stabs the guy and kills the girl. All right, so we are off and running. People have already died. So now we meet Annie working her way to get to Camp Crystal Lake. She stops into a diner where a trucker decides to give her a lift about halfway to where she's going. As they're walking out, some weirdo is like, are you going to Camp Crystal Lake? You won't return, or some other crazy stuff like that.
It's cursed.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's right. It makes sense.
Well, I mean, at this point.
Yeah, I don't know how the story is going to end, but I get the idea of what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
All right, so she gets dropped off, starts walking the rest of the way. We meet some of the other camp counselors are getting everything ready for the kids that are supposed to be coming like next week or the week after. We meet Alice. We meet the guy who runs the camp, who seems a little creepy, but maybe harmless. I don't know. We'll see with that one.
All right.
He gave me some bad vibes right off the bat, so I was kind of keeping an eye on him.
Nice.
We see Annie hitchhiking her way to camp. She gets picked up by this guy who we never actually see in a Jeep, and he won't let her out. So she ends up doing, the tuck and roll and jumps out of the vehicle, but she hurts herself on her landing. He stops the Jeep and goes after her and then kills her.
And it's the traditional, horror movie, limping as I'm running away, falling down as I'm running away,
multiple
can't get away.
times.
Oh man, that's just
the
terrible.
killer's right behind her, and then she falls again. Now the killer's about 50 feet back, and then she gets up and is able to make it a little bit further. Yes, exactly.
And then, then he's right in front of her.
Yes, exactly.
Somehow.
But I figured Annie was going to die, but not this soon. I figured she'd at least make it to camp. So that was kind of surprising.
Yeah,
there.
right. You think like she's a main character.
Yeah.
You're getting ready to watch her through the whole thing. No?
Yeah, guess not. Now we got the other kids back at camp. They're getting things settled and getting everything ready for the campers. I guess everyone dies on Friday the 13th, and the camp never opens. So we'll see what happens.
We'll find out.
Yeah. All right, so the other camp counselors decide to go for a dip in the lake. Then Nick almost dies. He's like fake drowning in the water, but pretty sure he did that so he could make out with one of the girls.
Yes, that's the thing.
And she tries to give him like mouth to mouth, and that's when he like puts his arm around her and all that. But they're being watched while they're out there, and you can hear the. What? That's what you hear.
That's right.
Then a cop shows up looking for Ralph. Apparently he was heading their way, causing trouble, and they should keep an eye out. Found Ralph. Apparently he was hiding in the pantry.
For some reason.
Yeah.
As you do.
Somehow he got in there, too. Scared the kids, though.
Crazy people like pantries.
Yes, they do, I guess. Ralph is the weirdo from the beginning that warned Annie not to go to Camp Crystal Lake. Said you wouldn't make it, and I don't know, he just starts rambling and doing what he does.
That whole, it's cursed and all of that stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So he does that again while in the pantry, and then gets out and rides his bike away.
Yeah, that old chestnut,
I also, at this whole point, I skipped the scene where there's a snake in the cabin, and it's all like hands on deck to try to chase it out and kill it.
Yeah.
And the one girl is way too happy with every line she says. Like, that whole scene right there really, like, just was rough to get through. Well, kill it! And she's smiling, and I'm like, is this like a secret, like, foreshadowing that maybe she's the killer?
Yeah,
Because
right.
she is way too happy about everything.
I did not notice that at all. That's awesome.
Oh, gosh. I would say, if you have not watched this movie in a while, just go to that scene. Just go to the scene where she's in the cabin and she, like, pulls the drawer out, whatever, and there's a snake by her foot, and just every interaction, and everybody is like, hey, let me get in the middle of trying to kill this snake.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to work out great with 15 people
Well,
trying
that's
to do this.
exactly what would happen in real life.
Yeah, you know, you're right there.
Everybody
But it was
wants
just,
a piece of it.
I guess. But anyway, she was way, way too happy with everything. And then at one point,
That's
tells the
hilarious.
one guy to just call for it. And it's like, I'm going to call a snake. Here, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Come back to me. Like,
I forgot about that. That was really, really stupid.
And
Like,
I
call
would-
for it? Like, you...
like, you deserve to die at that point.
I mean,
I'm
they
sorry.
laughed at her
See
in
ya.
the movie about it, but still,
It
it's
was
like, that's
just-
hilarious. Like, you want me to say that line? I would have looked at the director and been like, are you stupid?
It took a second to get back into the movie after that whole ordeal.
After the snake part.
Yeah.
It did seem absolutely useless to the movie,
Oh, yeah,
too.
it was. So we've got Ned, who's wandering by the lake, who sees something or someone moving by one of the old buildings, so he goes and investigates, so pretty sure he's about to die. That's what happens when you go off into the woods by yourself at a, haunted camp.
At a haunted campground, yes.
Yeah. You know, you're going to die. Like, don't wander off. Come on. Anyway, so we got Jack and Marcy. They go back to a cabin because it's going to start storming. By the way, worst special effects for
Oh,
lightning.
man, right?
It just looks like someone's turning on like an old school light bulb. Like, it's a not so subtle flash of yellowish orange. Like someone turned headlights on them and shut them off right away.
It was pretty bad.
It was so bad.
So, hey, just turn that bathroom light on quick
And then shut it off.
and then shut it off.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. It's really starting to storm. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's
You know, it's we failed to mention Kevin Bacon as well. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
like
yeah,
one of
he's
his
in there.
first, if not his first movie ever.
Yep. He was in there. That was surprising to see him.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I totally forgot about that.
But yeah, so we got this not so subtle flash of yellowish orange. Anyways, they're getting busy in the cabin while everyone else is in the dining room or like the main cabin, whatever. Besides Ned, because he's probably dead. And my next note says he is, with a bunch of explanation points.
Ned's dead, baby.
Yeah, Ned is dead. He is actually in the bunk bed above Jack and Marcy, and they have no idea. They're busy,
Getting after
getting busy. Yeah.
Snuggling.
That's right, snuggling. So Marcy goes outside to pee afterwards, and Jack lights up a joint, and then he gets stabbed from underneath the bed, which was actually pretty gross.
That was a great one.
I was not expecting that.
That might be my favorite kill in the whole movie. It's pretty good.
I can see that.
Because you just don't see it coming.
No, I assume like everyone is going to die at this point.
Right.
Like, nobody's going to get out of here alive. That's fine, you know, and it's just how is each of these people going to die. Did not see that one coming. All right, meanwhile, the two girls and the other guy that are left are playing strip Monopoly, because that's what you do. So we know this isn't going to end well either. At this point, I just want to know who the killer is. Is it the guy who tried to reopen the camp? Who is it? All right, so at this point, I am fully believing that it is the guy who was reopening the camp.
Okay.
He's at a diner, and there's a Jeep parked outside. His Jeep. He's got a Jeep. And he got killed earlier because she got picked up with a guy that, you know, drove a Jeep.
Very similar looking Jeep.
That's right. So that must be his, but Luke says it's not. Oh, no. Luke says he doesn't go by Jason, because I asked. I'm like, what's the main guy's name? It's not Jason.
It's
so,
Christie. Something Christie.
Yeah.
Right? But they
Yeah,
do
I
not
guess.
say his name for a while. Like, you don't get his first name as far as I know.
Yeah, but he doesn't go by Jason. So
Right.
I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, Marcy got killed. That happened while she was in the bathroom. She got an axe in the face. Did not see that one coming either.
Face axe.
Yeah. And now one of the girls that was playing strip Monopoly is in the bathroom, and we just heard the so she's about to die too. So then we have Alice back at the main cabin where they're playing the strip Monopoly, and there's a fireplace, and she's getting pretty restless because everybody has left at this point.
Yeah, right.
Then Bill shows back up. I don't know which one was Bill, honestly. Like, there's too many kids to remember and keep
Their
track of.
names really don't matter.
No, there was the one girl who was dating the one guy, and they're both dead. And there was the guy that was by himself, and he's dead too.
Right.
And everybody else is going to die. It's fine.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's not like they're going to come back for a sequel, so you don't really need to know their names.
Right.
Yeah. So I actually ended up writing that in the notes. I don't remember where he went because there was too many kids to keep track of. So
Generator.
is that where he went? Yes, he did. Anyway, they go to find someone else. Oh yeah, they heard Brenda scream, so they went to investigate that because that's what you do.
Yep.
They find an axe in the bed.
Yeah, that's right.
Which was weird.
That's super creepy.
Yeah. Then they end up at Jack and Marcy's, but it looks like the killer picked up after himself. Like their bodies aren't there. So they go and call for help, but all the phone lines are dead.
Of
dun,
course.
Dun, dun. Even the payphone. Scary,
Yeah.
So then they go to get in the truck to ride into town, but it's got a dead battery.
Uh-oh.
That was probably the actual, freakiest part of the movie.
Yeah.
Well, now you're actually stuck. And there's a killer. Yeah. That is a little scary
This
there.
is great because this in 2023, all these are super old horror movie tropes, right? But you're
Yes.
getting your first ever taste of it, which is just fantastic.
Yeah, I've seen this, Listen, I watched all the scary movie
Yeah, right.
movies.
The parody movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I know what's supposed to happen and how it
Exactly.
goes down and everything.
But this is where it all came from.
But actually seeing it and being in that moment of hey, there is a killer loose on this campground, and the phone lines are down. This would be, you couldn't get a signal on your cell phone,
Yeah, of course, right.
Just awful.
I got no bars.
And then your car won't start, and you're in the middle of nowhere. What are you gonna do?
Freaky.
That is freaky. That was probably the only part in the entire movie where I was like, oh man, that actually sucks. I would not know what to do in this situation. I'd probably arm myself and, start trucking it through the woods, but I don't know.
I think I would try to survive to daylight.
Smart.
Try to make it to daylight. Maybe get up on a roof somewhere so I can get
that's not a bad idea.
get a vantage point.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, so we've got the truck, dead battery, that being pretty freaky. Meanwhile, the guy who owns the camp, his Jeep just died out of nowhere.
Yeah.
On the side of the road, I guess while he was driving. That was kind of
It
weird.
must have got flooded because it was raining so hard.
Yeah,
I don't even know if that's a thing, but whatever.
So he gets a ride from a cop. I still think he's guilty at this time. He just seems a little weird. Anyway, the cop gets a call to an accident, so he drops off the guy, just see ya, I gotta go take care of this.
Yeah.
I get that the cop was doing him a favor, but I feel like that you can't just, stop in the middle of nowhere. I'm sorry, this is as far as I can go, because I gotta go the other way. That was terrible.
Come on, man, you could finish the trip.
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous.
So
ridiculous.
The guy who owns the camp just died. So I guess it wasn't him.
That's right.
All the power goes off at the camp. At this point, I would be arming myself. I knew at some point. I got that feeling that I was like, I would just, grab everything sharp, do something,
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, at this point, after the lights went out, I said I would be arming myself. Something isn't right. So Bill goes to see what's going on with the generator. This is where he leaves for the generator. Okay. And to see if he can get that back running. Alice falls asleep on the couch because apparently that's what you do. When she wakes up, Bill still isn't back, so she goes out looking for him. She can't find him near the generator, so she closes the door, and as she's closing it, there hangs Bill with some arrows in him. So, of course, she starts screaming, runs back to the cabin, tied a rope around the door, making sure that all the windows are closed, all of that. I'm wondering if the killer's in the cabin, though.
Yeah.
Because she did not check anything before she started blocking off all her exits.
Oof.
Bad move.
Yeah.
Bad move. I felt like those jokey commercials where, the people are screaming, "Don't go in the basement," and all of that kind
Is
of
that
stuff.
like Geico or something?
I think so. Like, why don't we just get in the running car?
That's right.
No, let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Yes.
I felt like that through quite a few parts of this movie, but mostly right here. When she went back to the cabin, and again, she, is checking the windows, and then she pulls the curtain shut. And at first, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's going to protect you. I'm like, okay, well, she's making sure that nobody on the outside can see movement.
Yeah.
So it does make sense what she
Sure.
was doing.
A little bit.
But also check before you start doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't end up making a difference here, but that's fine. You still have to do that. That's like rule number 1 in horror movies.
Yeah, look under the bed and all that stuff,
Yes. So she tied a rope around the door. Again, made sure all the windows are closed. At this point, I thought the killer was in there. Okay, killer wasn't in the house, but they placed some dead bodies in there, so that was a little freaky.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Jeep pulls up, so Alice starts unblocking the door, and it's Jason's mom. That's what we learn,
Okay.
So she knows the guy that was opening up the camp, tells Alice not to worry, and she'll take a look inside, and Alice is like, no, everybody is dead, we gotta get out of here. And the girl is just, so calm, and, oh, honey, it's fine, let me see what's going on. Probably, just the weirdest thing is when she sees the dead body and it's like, oh, she was so young and so beautiful.
Oh my God, I know it.
And it's like,
That's
okay, well,
creepy.
she's a psycho. At this point, again, survival mode, use common sense. Push the lady down, steal her vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she left it running. Just go get it.
Right?
She's obviously a psychopath. Just saying.
Yeah.
This is before she even tells us the story of who she is and all of the
she
details.
she has a good crazy look about her, right?
Yeah. She, again, being so calm after seeing a dead body like that. Nope, can't trust that one. So anyways, she says that, oh, so young, so beautiful, all that. Tells us the story of Jason and how he drowned in the lake because camp counselors were too busy making out instead of watching him.
Uh-huh.
But if he drowned, how can he be the killer? Jason's supposed to be the killer in these movies, right?
Right.
Yeah. So is it Jason's mom the whole time that's the killer, not Jason? Or did he not actually drown? Or is he a ghost? Actually, at this point, I have more questions than what I had when I first started watching the movie. All right. So, I am out of breath from this. I have not been breathing as I'm reading. Okay. Let me catch my breath. Okay.
You're running through the campground of your mind.
I was. It's very intense. And I have to say, the intense, haunting, scary music throughout the whole movie, that was well done.
Pretty good, yeah.
That was very entertaining. Because even in a moment where I was like, yeah, they're going to be dead. I don't even care at this point. I know that they're dead. You'd hear, little squeaky noises and, the high-pitched,
Yeah.
You're
They do a good job of tensing you right up.
They do. They really did. Even in things like I said, that I already know. I already know he's dead. Who cares? All right. So now we've got the mom and Alice. They're in this game kind of like cat and mouse here. Alice hides. The mom finds her. They get into a fight. Alice gets away, hides again. The mom finds her. More fighting. Honestly, this part of the movie dragged on way
Little bit,
too
right?
long.
They could have had maybe 1 or 2 less altercations before, the final. And
I would say 2 tops. Honestly, after the first time you got away, if you did not learn your lesson, you should have died.
well, you have said before in different Under a Rock reviews how you don't like chase scenes, and that's kind of what it was. So,
yeah.
And then there was, I don't know if you have it written down, but there was a part where Alice tried to run away and get in her car.
Yeah.
But it was full with the corpses of her friends for some reason.
And even if that's the case, then just drive off with the bodies in there. I'm sorry, do you want to live or do you want to die? You need to be smart here. You only have a short window, a little opportunity to get away. This lady, is a psycho.
Yep.
So instead of hitting her with a frying pan and then running off, make sure you get her good so she doesn't get back up. Like, at that point, oh my goodness. I was so mad.
The horror movie frustrations.
I yelled at the screen at that point. Well, I think it was while they're fighting by the water.
Yeah.
Because that's like the fourth altercation that they have.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if somebody doesn't just die right now. And at this point, I'm thinking it's got to be Alice because you are so stupid and you had multiple times to kill this old lady. Like, just you can beat her.
It was surprising. Like, she knocked her down several times.
Yes.
Where it's just, she's not like super strong or, overpowering or anything like that.
No.
Like, you shoved her a little bit and she's an old lady. She fell down.
She
like
fell.
that's
And what did you do? You stood there and waited for her to get back up and then start strangling you. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I was so mad. I was like, Alice just needs to die. I'm so tired of her. I mean, like, my notes say, like, honestly, this part drags on a little long.
Episode 62, Naomi roots for the killer.
I really did. My note says somebody just killed somebody already. I was so mad. Finally, somebody does die. The mom gets decapitated by Alice. So there we go. All right, Alice finally, like, grew up a little bit and realized if I don't kill her, then I'm gonna die.
Kill or be killed.
Yeah, like, it took you that long.
That's right.
Hey,
if normal people don't just go, you know what I'm going to do right now? Kill this old lady.
Yeah, well, if you don't, she's going to kill you.
It takes a little bit. A couple altercations.
Yeah, too many.
Several.
Way too many. All right, so Alice pushes a canoe into the lake and then sleeps there, which at this point, too, I was like, why did she do that? That's so stupid.
Absolutely freaky.
Get out of there. But Luke had mentioned something about, like, well, that may have been a safe place.
Well,
Which is a good point.
Even though the mom's dead, you just cut her head off. You're still, like, kind of in a shock situation and whatnot. And now it's like, okay, well, now nothing's going to really be able to approach you without you knowing.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go back into the woods. Let's just say that much.
Yeah.
So,
and where else? In the cabins with all the blood? Or
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you would do.
No, I mean, it ends up being a good choice. But at first, I was like, that's stupid. It's not, though. It does make sense. All right, so we got Alice. She pushes the canoe into the lake, and she sleeps there.
Still freaky.
Yeah. She wakes up to the police yelling for her on shore. And then Jason comes up out of the water and pulls her under. So apparently, he's a ghost? I don't know. I don't know what he is and how that works.
Okay.
Anyway, she
you
wakes
said
up.
You have questions.
Yeah, I've got a lot of questions. So then she wakes up in a hospital bed, and police come in, and they're like asking her, "Do you remember anything?" He ends up telling her, everyone is dead, and then she asks about Jason, but the cop is confused and was like, "There was no little boy," so she's like, "Then he's still out there." Dun dun dun, and sets up everything for 18 different sequels. There's not, though. There's like 4, isn't there?
There's a lot.
Okay, so maybe there is 18.
I mean, at one point, there's Jason Takes Manhattan.
No.
Yeah, and I don't know what number that is, 5 maybe, something like that.
I thought you were kidding.
No, that's not what it's called. I don't think that's what it's called, but like I remember the tagline for the movie. It was like,
It sounds so stupid.
Friday the 13th, part 97, Jason Takes Manhattan. And
Oh
it's
my
like,
gosh.
yeah, they somehow, he gets to Manhattan and like wakes up in a hospital. I've seen parts of it. It's not, again, all of these I've seen clips and pieces and little chunks and stuff like that. I've never actually sat through all of them.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that is what I'm thinking of is the Manhattan. I don't know. And then what was it? Am I thinking of Freddy? At one point, I'm pretty sure they sent him to space.
Okay, I want to watch that one. That should be kind of fun.
So, but this is a huge piece of trivia, by the way, where the killer in Friday the 13th is not Jason Voorhees. It's his mom.
Okay.
And so...
Well, that makes sense.
It does.
Because he died, and she is a psychopath, and was trying to kill Alice anyways, so we know she's a killer.
That's right.
Yeah.
So...
And then she kept going, "Kill them, mommy. Kill
Yeah.
them." Like, she did that very well. She was very creepy.
She had a great creepy look about her and everything. It was
She
fantastic.
looked like first-generation Karen.
Oh, yeah. The original, the OG
Yeah.
Karen.
Yes,
My-
that is exactly what she was.
My boy didn't have a good time at camp. I'm killing all of you.
Yeah, you guys were too busy making out. You didn't pay any attention to him.
So I
you're
am-
gonna die.
I'm actually not sure what how they transitioned to him. You know, maybe she wasn't actually dreaming that part or something like that. I don't remember how the second one goes. We can watch it, or somebody can just tell us
Yeah.
if you.
Or I can like read it online somewhere.
Yeah, all of that too. So, but if you want to send us a message and fill us in on what exactly what's the what's the situation they used to bring Jason back from the dead, or was
Yeah.
he not dead, or what the hell
a
was this?
ghost.
I don't remember, but it is like it is part of movie history and trivia and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right, was that
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, first things first, because you already told me. How excited did you get when they used the name of the movie in the movie?
This one does not count.
No, you're not counting this one.
Absolutely not, because Friday the 13th is just something that people say.
Okay.
No.
I mean,
That would be like in Halloween if they say it's Halloween night. Like, get out of here. That doesn't count.
okay.
No.
All right.
I was not happy with it. And I knew I wouldn't be.
fantastic. I
I was
love it.
like, it doesn't matter how they say it and phrase it.
I thought
like,
you were all excited.
Oh, no.
No, if you're new to
absolutely.
the reviews, Naomi absolutely loves when they work the name of the movie into the movie.
It works for things like Braveheart and, True Lies, where they didn't actually say the title, but they did two different lies that it just worked. It just worked.
They
If you
acted
wanna
out
know-
the title.
Yes, and if you want to know that one, you have to go back a couple of episodes when we did True Lies and then hear about it there.
True Lies is
'Cause
a great one too.
I cannot.
We had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
That was definitely very cool. All right, so that is the unofficial first question I
Yeah.
ask is if she liked the saying of the movie title within the movie. The actual first question I always ask, did you like it?
I guess.
I mean, you don't have to.
It was kind of stupid, if we're being honest here.
Well, I mean, we're going back, 40 years now. Of course, it's going to be. It was filmed in the late 70s, released in 1980.
It's written for like kids to go to the movies and get scared.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so it's okay if you don't.
Yeah, I would have to be
You want to
like,
watch this or Hocus Pocus first?
oh gosh, I'd rather watch this again.
Okay. All right, we'll leave it right there.
Yeah.
What did you know about it going in?
So I have a note on here of what I knew about it, but I think it's wrong. Wasn't he supposed to have a hockey mask?
He does.
Okay, so he gets it later. Because my first note is all I know about this is the guy wears a hockey mask.
So
And that doesn't even show up in this episode, or this
yeah,
this
pretty much.
episode. Yeah. So I was like, wait a minute, is that one of the other guys? Like Freddy Krueger?
Well, Freddy wears the hat, the striped shirt, and the claw finger hand.
Okay.
That's Freddy.
All right. And so what does what does Mike Myers wear?
Well, it depends on what movie. In Austin Powers, it's fake teeth.
Okay.
Michael Myers wears the melted William Shatner mask.
Oh, yeah.
It's inside out or
Ew.
something
Yeah.
like that they painted. So,
Weird.
And that's his thing, right? Yeah. And yeah. So
Okay, so all I knew about going into this movie was I've heard of Camp Crystal Lake before.
so that was what I was wondering because I when they mentioned Camp Crystal Lake, you didn't really react. So I was wondering. I was surprised. Like,
No,
have you
I-
heard of Camp Crystal
yeah.
Lake, and you know that that's the haunted one and all that.
Yes. I got that right off the bat and everything. I guess I didn't know for sure again what movie it was connected
Right. Well,
with.
yeah, I mean, I understand that you get all that stuff kind of mixed up, and
Yeah.
after never seeing them, but only seeing the pop culture references, of course.
Yeah.
Jason hockey mask and machete, I think, is like his traditional.
But I mean, he used his mom
wasn't
used
him.
an axe and a dagger and arrows and a whole bunch of other stuff.
I think, and everybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he gets, he mixes it up. Let's just put
Okay.
it there. He mixes it up.
Okay.
So, okay, your thoughts going into this one?
That it was gonna be stupid. I mean, slasher movies usually are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Figured there'd be a lot of screaming, a lot of blood,
Yeah.
and a lot of teenagers being stupid teenagers.
Well, you got what you thought was going to happen.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. So no big surprises there.
Okay, okay. What did surprise you? Speaking of surprises.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really think I had. Maybe I got a little bit more involved in the movie than I thought I would when I was trying to figure out who the killer is and all of that. Did not see Jason's mom coming out of the woodwork, so that was a surprise
That's
there.
pretty cool. That you've got that. That secret has been kept from you.
Yeah, yeah. I had no idea.
Very cool. Very cool.
So that would probably be like the biggest surprise there. And just being invested in the movie. And like I said, when the phone lines are down and the car won't start and all of that, and just being like, oh man, that's rough.
Yeah.
Like that was actually legit a little scary.
That is,
because you think about being in that position, and then it's like, okay, what do I do now? Because now I have to survive.
You can easily get in your head.
Yes.
With that stuff for
Yes.
sure. For sure. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Would you have liked it more or less if you saw it when you were younger? Let's go. Did you want to pick an age, or did you want me to?
I'll tell you right now. Between 14 and 18 in 1980, I would have loved this movie.
Yeah, but you would have had to
Loved
be
it.
in 1980 then.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because if you saw this even in, the early 90s or mid 90s or whatever.
If I saw it younger than that, I'd probably be scared so bad, because I mean it's people dying. This stuff is freaky.
It is. And not, just not being able to get away.
Yeah.
Is just freaky. Man, we made the joke about technical difficulties earlier in this episode and have literally run into at least two. I think my mic dropped out a little bit a few minutes ago. So if I was muffled, don't worry, you didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
The next question on the list, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part. I don't know. I don't know what my favorite part
Can you have a favorite part?
No, none of this movie. I mean, there was nothing where I was like, oh my gosh, like, that was the coolest scene.
I did like Kevin Bacon's death, because he's laying in the bed and it comes from underneath, and you're not really like, I haven't seen it in years and years. I was not ready for it. I totally forgot.
Yeah. But still, it's like somebody dying and there's blood and ugh.
Yes.
I don't think I had a favorite part of the movie.
Okay.
When it was over.
When it was over. Okay,
Yeah.
Fantastic. What was your least favorite part then?
The snake scene in the cabin. That was just horrible.
Yeah, they were bad, man. It was just, that was rough acting.
Yeah, it was bad acting. It was bad writing. The whole idea of it was stupid. And again, whatever that actress was just could not stop smiling. And I'm like, on the verge of laughing with each line she said. And I don't know if like she was on drugs, if they were trying to make her look like suspicious or something. But I'm like, what the hell is happening here? What am I watching? I thought this was, a slasher movie here.
Super bumped into all of that then.
Yeah, it was so bad.
That's great.
So bad.
It's just, I mean, as soon as we were like, okay, listen, Nightmare on Elm Street wouldn't be any better. Maybe Halloween. I don't know that I remember anything about Halloween. I know I've seen it, but
Well, I want to watch one of those for our next one, because I do want to stick with the, haunted ones
All right.
for October. I just don't know which one would be the better way to go.
okay. Well, next question. Would you recommend Friday the 13th to someone else who hasn't seen it?
Of course, you have to see it.
Okay. Great answer. Would you watch it again?
Oh, probably not.
Probably not. So you're not going to stop and watch it if it's on TV for a few
No.
minute or anything like that? No?
Nope.
Are you happy you watched it?
Of course.
All right. Great answers. Really did not disappoint in the retelling and the review of Friday the 13th. I know at one point that you were just absolutely getting frustrated with that the chasing around at the end there.
Oh my gosh, they both deserve to die at
The
that
cat and
point.
mouse stuff is
I'm just not here for it.
just super tense, man.
Just, again, she had so many opportunities to just end it. They both did. And, like, I feel like, Jason's mom probably enjoyed the
chase and toying with her and all
yeah,
that stuff.
So that's all Alice's fault. She could have ended that so much sooner and saved herself so much stress. Probably could have added a couple years to her life. I did know. I do have an answer for my favorite part of the movie.
Oh, okay.
The music.
The music.
Yes.
Yeah, the score really set the tone.
Because I love a movie that can do that. And I feel like that's kind of a dying thing with movies, is that the music is not so important. And not necessarily like the music like the soundtrack, like the music like, that sets the scene.
Yeah, the actual score, yeah.
Yeah, all of that. I just don't think
That's a good point.
lot of movies do that anymore. And it really makes a difference because, again, we were talking about it. Those tense situations got more tense, even though you know what's going to happen. I know that person is dead and she's going to see it as soon as she walks into that room. But then you hear the little, like, creepy sound effect kind of noises.
Oh, yeah.
It just sets it up so much better.
Fantastic.
So they did that 100% right.
It was great watching that again with that music because I mean I've seen it. It has been a while and all of that stuff, but I know what's coming for the most part.
Yeah.
But that music just got me right back into it. There was a couple jump scares that got me that I like the one at the end. I knew was coming, and when he jumps out of that water, I moved a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yep.
All right. So, fantastic review of Friday the 13th, and it looks like we already know at least that we're going to stick with the genre for our next episode, which will
I think so.
That'll be in 2 weeks. But if you subscribe to YouTube, you'll get a notification the second that it goes up there.
That's right.
And of course, keep following Luke and Naomi on air on Facebook because we'll post them up there as well.
That's right.
All right, what's next?
It's time for Thought of the Day.
It's singing time.
Yeah.
Thought of the day, thought of the day. It's your thought of the day, thought of the day.
Was last week the one I did
terrible.
about the restaurants and forks and all of that? Because that one still has me messed up.
Yeah, it was.
I can't
dirty.
think about that when I use forks anymore.
Nope.
Anyways, talking to a lawyer can cost you a lot of money. Not talking to a lawyer can cost you a lot of money. Somebody else talking to a lawyer can cost you a lot of money.
That's terrible, too.
I know.
You're just killing everybody with these
That's
things.
right. Well, it's spooky season.
You're just terrorizing people with crazy thought of the days.
That's right.
Thoughts of the day? Thought of the week.
Either way,
There
it
we go.
works.
Yes.
Luke, you gonna leave us with a laugh?
I am going to do my best. I want to throw a party in space. Can anyone help me plan it?
That's so stupid. I thought you were gonna say something about the atmosphere and all of that.
Time flies when you're wearing a watch inside of an airplane.
Huh. That one was actually kind of interesting. I like that one.
My kid's been throwing Scrabble tiles at each other again. It's all fun and games until someone loses an eye.
That's stupid.
I opened my water bill and my electric bill at the same time. Boy, was I in for a shock.
That's a good one to end
Yeah,
on.
she laughed. She laughed, by the way. Everybody mark it down.
It wasn't a laugh. It was a...
Write it down. Episode 62.
I don't think it was... You can't...
You laughed.
Okay.
There was an expulsion of air along with a giant smile. I saw teeth.
That's what counts?
There was a laugh, yes.
Okay.
I'm taking
All
it.
right, fine.
Taking the W right there.
Okay, fine.
All right. That is it for episode 62. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll be back for episode 63 in 2 weeks. Again, like and subscribe and follow, and you'll know exactly when that next episode is up there.
Also, you'll know when the next Sips and Snacks is up there, too. We got one for you coming up shortly here.
Do we know which one that is?
Yes. Do I let everyone know?
Why not? A little tease.
Zebra cakes.
Zebra cakes.
Yeah.
Oh, man, the OG
This is
favorite.
one of my favorites. This is my favorite one, I think, that
You think
we've done
so?
so far. Yeah.
All right. We'll be on the lookout for that Sips and Snacks. That'll be episode, I think, 5.
Yeah?
Something like that. Zebra cakes, anyway.
Yeah.
If you subscribe to Luke and Naomi on air on YouTube, you'll get the notification when that comes up. And again, just follow on the Facebook page and
Yeah.
you'll see everything as that pops up. Be on the lookout and go give us the answer to fill in the blank. Fall isn't fall without blank.
And again, pumpkin spice is the wrong answer.
Correct.
So don't do that.
Correct. Luke and Naomi on air everywhere. Thanks for hanging out with us for another episode. We will be back soon.
Soon.
Until then, have some fun this week and be excellent to each other.
Love you. Bye.